Hello there! Age from Nightmare. Well, not really Nightmare. I enjoy you, so.
I was not prepared for you to start singing as an introduction.
What? I sing to you all the time.
I know. Okay, well.
Are you going to sing to me now?
Maybe I can prepare something for next week. I'm not ready right now to sing to you.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I didn't prepare a song.
I threw this on you and you weren't ready.
You did.
Horrible news.
It was
horrible. How's your week been, Liz?
Really busy, but amazing. Just amazing.
Oh, just amazing?
Just amazing.
Lots of good things happen.
Lots of good things happen. Super busy, I'm exhausted, but amazing.
Oh, okay. So I'm guessing you had some success with some of your work that you had to do this week?
Sure. You could say that.
Okay, cool.
Work that I had to do. We will get to talking about my successes.
All right. Well, let's talk about what we're talking about today.
Okay.
Because that's what we talk about.
We talk about the things that we're going to talk about.
Exactly.
And then we talk about them.
So yeah, the first thing we're going to talk about is you wanted to talk about something about prior podcasts or something?
Yeah, I've been going back and listening to them. I've got a few things to bring up.
Okay, so you're going to blindside me with something?
No, I wouldn't say that.
You want to say that? Okay, cool. The next thing I wanted to talk about was Perseverance.
Yeah.
So that's the Mars lander, so we'll talk about that.
Yes.
And then we've got our challenge.
Yep.
We'll see how the challenge went and then what's happening for next week, etc.
Yeah, etc. I'm really excited.
I saw etc. written, you know how you have like subtitles on TV sometimes?
Oh yeah, actually written out in full?
Yeah, written out in full.
Yeah, weird.
What does that even mean, etc.?
I don't know.
I've only seen it, ECT.
ETC?
Whatever. You get it. That's how I've seen it. I didn't realise there was a other thing. I thought that was just it.
They didn't actually, like, it stood for something?
Yeah.
Like, everybody continue talking.
But yeah, exactly.
Wait,
there was talking.
Right way?
There was talking
is
here.
Is that the other way?
No. Everybody talking continue. No.
You've never really pondered it, have you?
I haven't pondered it.
You haven't pondered it. Well,
maybe that's something Investigator Pow has to look into.
I think so.
Yeah,
the origins.
Yeah. Origins of etc. That'd be a fun fact for PennyPow and Liz.
Yeah, we maybe should have done that and not talked about it right now.
Yeah, damn it. Okay, guys, can you just think that you just didn't hear anything just then?
Well, there was nothing of value. It was a sneak peek of a segment to come. Oh, geez, we've got good ideas. All right.
Cool. So before we get into that, I've got something I'd like to share about last week's podcast.
It was amazing?
Yeah, sure. So I had someone that listens to the podcast, they came forward in the Plover section. They were very shocked that you didn't know about this myth that came out. And they actually screenshot something, and I've just put it on the screen. Would you mind reading that for me?
No. It says, blah, 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 they're large birds, rah-de-rah-de-rah. Plovers have spurs on their wings. However, despite common belief, these are not poisonous.
Common belief. Belief.
I was in supportive of your Plovers section.
Oh, I know.
And now you're poking fun at me.
I would not do that. Oh, we talked about this last time. I would never poke fun.
Look, I'm sorry I ruined your segment by not having the same common belief as other people and realistically believing that plovers didn't have poisonous spurs on their wings.
I know, right? But, there it is. It is on Google.
So they do have spurs, they're just not poisonous?
Yes.
Cool.
Google says so. Must be true.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, cool. Moving on then.
Now, the more you know.
The more you know. Alright, so I'm a little bit nervous. I don't know what it says about a person to be listening to their own podcast.
It doesn't say anything about a person. It says that they want to make sure that they're complying with the set rules around previous discussions had for a 10,000 piece puzzle.
Oh, I see now. I see where this is going.
I took the opportunity to just have it playing in the background now that it is on Apple.
Yeah.
Which was very convenient. And I listened to the first episode also because I couldn't remember what was said. So, What was said was no terms. Episode 1, no terms were discussed. I brought up the idea of let's get a puzzle and put it downstairs. That was all excited, and you said no, and I said yes, and it was settled. I
kind of remember that. Yeah.
So no terms were discussed, and I was feeling pretty good. After listening to the episode, I was like, okay, yep, good. I definitely have some wiggle room here because I've stalled in progress.
Yeah.
I was really looking for some way to renegotiate the terms.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I listened to episode 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when we came up with the rules. I'm pretty sure I said one of my rules was, let's not talk about puzzles anymore.
Yeah, it was. And then we continued to talk about puzzles. But anyway, in episode 2, you stipulated after much badgering from me that you thought that it was okay to do a 10,000 piece puzzle if I'd done 10 1,000 piece puzzles in 6 months.
10! Oh, 10. I thought it was 6. Oh my God, this is even worse news for you.
It is even worse news, but I could have just shied away from that, but I do have integrity. I also then went back and looked at the timing of it. This was October. Early start of October.
Okay.
So 6 months is October, November, December, January, February, March. So I need to have 10 puzzles done by the end of March. And that's not a reality for me, and I'd like to renegotiate the terms.
Is it because Little Mermaid's still challenging you?
It is, but also I know that I'm not going to reach the 10 puzzles by the end, so I'd like to renegotiate so I get that extra boost of motivation to keep going, because I don't want to just say no puzzle. Everyone would be devastated to hear that.
I don't think everyone
would be devastated if we just ruled out the 10,000 piece puzzle. So I would just like you to find it in your heart to renegotiate the terms of the 10,000 piece puzzle.
Okay, so how many have you got done so far?
3.
3? Okay, cool. That's pretty good.
Well, that's the third.
Oh, that's the third one. So it's been 6 months and... Oh, well, it's coming up to 6 months.
Yeah.
And you've almost done 3.
Yeah.
Out of 10.
Yeah.
What do you think's like a normal amount of puzzles to do in 6 months?
I think that if I was to get the 10,000 piece puzzle done in a year, then that would be a really great achievement.
Oh, so you're saying don't even worry about these 1,000 pieces. I just want the 10,000 pieces.
I don't. If we're going to renegotiate, like let's start from the start.
Start from the top. You reckon?
I'm happy to leave it with you for this week while I make some progress on this one.
Yeah.
But I would like to renegotiate the terms. So if we can come prepared.
I'm just surprised that you want to continue doing the puzzle after this one. No, you've been in some pain.
I have, but I would like to demonstrate to you through completing this puzzle that I will not give up despite how hard it gets.
Okay. All right. Okay, prove that to me.
Yeah.
By finishing this puzzle, then we'll renegotiate the 10,000 piece puzzle.
Righto. Okay, good.
You good with that?
Open to the terms.
Okay, good.
Guys, we're back on track.
Okay, so was there anything else exciting that you found, like, listening back?
Yeah, there actually was. I am fantastic. So I forgot that I was the one coming up with the great ideas. So I came up with the idea of us going through the Macca's drive-thru first.
Yeah.
I came up with the let's test the alkaline water and see if you know the difference.
Yeah.
Like, as I was going through, I was just in awe of how great my ideas were.
Okay, that's good. So I'm not great.
Oh, well, I'm not going to say that. Just some of our...
I'm not going to say that. Just leave it in the comments.
I'm not going to say that. But I just didn't realise that I'd come up with them.
Yeah.
And I just had a really great time hearing me just come up with some great things. Oh, the Professor X name? I came up with that as well.
That's true. I was actually pretty impressed with that at the time, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Well, it is on Apple and Spotify. Make sure you are reviewing it if you're on Apple and Spotify. And we want to grow, so please share it to family, friends, work colleagues, anyone you got. Share it around a bit more people. Have a bit of a laugh with everyone. Okay, so let's move on. Hey, what?
Oh, I'm
what?
sorry.
No, you got something else.
If you have just started listening to the podcast and joined, can go back and listen to the old ones. They're still really great.
Yes.
So if you have just joined us, really interesting, and that's what I was doing, quality check on making sure they were still...
Quality check.
That they held up with the time period.
And they have held up.
They have held up.
Okay.
Now we can move on.
Now we can move on. So one thing I wanted to ask you about, Liz, you had this sticker ban. So if you don't know about Liz has this plan and stuff, right? I just want to talk about this real quick before we jump into another subject. So Liz does planners. She plans her days. She puts stickers on a book.
I do decorative planning and memory keeping or like scrapbooking type things.
Yeah, it's called a happy planner.
Yeah, I use happy planner.
And it makes
products.
you happy.
It makes me extremely happy.
That's why it's called happy planner.
That's why I did mention that in my first stream.
Yeah.
It's not mediocre planner.
Not mediocre. Yeah. So we talked recently, you said, I've been doing a little bit too much purchasing of stickers.
Yes.
I just want to see where you're at with that currently.
Really good. I went a little bit crazy at the start of January, reined it in and been on a complete sticker ban. So I definitely have not been purchasing stickers on a week-by-week basis.
I just noticed a bill come through on the email.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's from Happy Planner.
Yeah. Well, I made some adjustments to the ban.
You made some adjustments?
There are some exceptions, and one of the exceptions was the Happy Planner had an 80% off sale.
See, that doesn't sound like a ban now, does it?
Yeah, no, it doesn't. But they only do this twice a year, and I did just buy just a couple of sticker books. They were super, super cheap, and I just couldn't miss out. So I did get some sticker books.
Good stuff. All right, yeah. So when you say something is banned, just for future reference, if you say something's banned, it doesn't really mean banned. It's sort of like more of a little bit of a restriction, unless something exciting happens throughout the year.
Yeah, pretty much. It was self-imposed. It was a self-imposed ban. I let myself off the ban. I purchased a few 9 sticker books.
9 sticker books.
And now I have placed myself back under ban. Yeah, but I did temporarily release the ban whilst purchasing the stickers before placing it back on. Yeah,
cool. Just so I know how like big a deal you got.
Yeah.
How much did it cost you for those 9 sticker books? And where was it from?
It was from the US and it cost $100.
$100?
Yes.
Like $100 Australian?
No.
So $100 US, and then what is it's postage on top of that?
No, that's including postage.
That's including postage?
And I also got 3 lots of paper included in that $100.
Oh,
so 9 sticker books and 3 lots of paper, $100 US including shipping. Bargain. I'm sorry if you're only finding this out now. They're probably all sold out. I'm glad you brought it up though. 9 new sticker books coming.
Oh God. I'm glad we got that definition of ban figured out though, just for future sort of things, so I could get out of things. Set up. Okay, so something exciting happened. Well, I think it's exciting. Happened this week in space and exploration.
Yeah, you were pretty excited, and it was early in the morning, and I was busy getting ready, and you were very excited. Yeah. And then you walked me through step by step. I wasn't paying that much attention.
I noticed.
Yeah.
So I'll quickly explain what happened. So it was probably 6 a.m. in the morning. It was when Perseverance. So Perseverance is...
Good name.
Yes. Oh, very good name. It's a SUV-sized robot that travels along Mars, basically. So what it's done and what it's there for is to check out the planet, to see test the soils, see if there is any evidence of microbial life. Previous microbial life.
I did hear that this was a particular location they wanted to get to, variant to where they've gone to in the past, because of the potential information that they could get. Yeah.
So what they're saying is that where they've landed was where a lake was in the past.
I did find that quite interesting.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So I was there listening to it because it was like a tense moment. I thought everyone was like on the edge of their seats, making sure it was going to land okay. Just to talk through how complicated it is to land on Mars first, so you get the idea. So what it actually does is comes through the atmosphere. Generally, like on Earth, there's so much atmosphere it slows down a ridiculous amount. Mars is like only 1% of ours, so it doesn't slow down as much. So it goes into Mars, and they're calling it 7 minutes of hell. Terror, sorry. 7 minutes of terror. 7 minutes of terror as it comes in, because it's going like so fast and it's crazy. And they have the parachute come out, which slows it down a bit. It's still going like 500 miles an hour at this stage. And then, once it slows down enough for it to not be getting the heat coming onto the bottom of it, it drops the heat shield off, and then Perseverance is in there with a rocket cage on top of it sort of thing. And then it drops from the hub and it falls by itself, and then these rockets turn on. They got like 8 rockets around this cage thing, and it goes and it hovers there, right? It hovers there.
See,
and it
I was
drops
expecting it to drop to the ground, like land slowly on the ground then.
Yeah, so they can't do that.
Yeah,
so they because if they did that, the rockets would come down close to the soil, and the soil on Mars is like really fine, so it would have damaged Perseverance.
Okay.
So what it does is it hovers. I think it's about 20 meters above the air or above the ground,
crazy.
And then it has a like a crane that drops down Perseverance. This is a crane that's dropping a car from rockets.
Yeah. Hovering over Mars.
Hovering over Mars, which is 1% the density of Earth's atmosphere. So it's pretty intense. That's why there was a lot of sort of edgier seat sort of things happening.
There's a lot of stuff that could have gone wrong.
Meanwhile, I'm like, hey Liz, do you want to come check this out? And you're like, I'm getting ready. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, tell me about it afterwards.
Yeah, about a minute before the landing, I hear gadunk. That's the shower door closing, the shower turning on. Gives zero shish.
Yeah, you've made me watch some average things. This actually, I can understand how it was a big deal. Because there's so much that can go wrong. So, and the landings on Mars aren't always successful, and this is so much more complicated than prior landings. So I have an appreciation for it, just not first thing in the morning.
Oh, okay. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 50% of the missions that have gone to Mars have failed. There was a famous one where they calculated things wrong because they used feet instead of meters.
Yeah.
So that was interesting.
Disastrous.
Yeah, so you have to check that out if you haven't read about it before and you like space stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I thought it was very interesting.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm sure the technology is transferable. We could do heaps of that around here.
What are you trying to say?
I think it's interesting that they've developed this technology. I just don't think that there's so many other forms of technology we could really use in enhancements. This one's really only useful for Mars.
How do you know that?
Well, I suppose I don't.
Now I need to look into it more. That's it. So next week I'm going to look into this more.
Perseverance too.
Perseverance. I'm going to be looking into the technology on here and how it can be related to other products for retail. I'm going to be doing this. Because a lot of stuff came from like NASA and space research.
Yeah, okay.
You're killing me. You're killing me.
Let's move on.
All right. All right. So the challenge has happened.
It has.
It has happened.
Yeah.
Well, look, it was having a think about it from my point of view. I was very excited by the challenge when I came up with it. I was like, "Oh, this could be great." I'm very excited.
Do we give credit about the challenge? So this challenge was actually, we got the idea from someone else, and they had tried to do it before.
They had tried to do it before.
Yeah.
Where did we get this?
One of our friends, he had tried to do it, in getting someone to make a sandwich.
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So we got to give credit there.
I can't remember that, but
yeah,
that's brilliant. I'm glad they did that because it spurred our minds onto this great challenge. And I don't know why I thought of it that day. Maybe it was, I don't know. We wrote it down somewhere. Anyway, I had some troubles. And I think it was me getting in my own head as well. So
what were your troubles?
as soon as I said it last week,
Yeah.
a couple of minutes later, I was like, oh, damn, what have I got myself into? So I work for all ladies. Well,
Yeah.
like all the ladies at work. There's one guy.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, oh, man.
They'll make me a delicious sandwich because they really...
I can't say, hey, can you get in the kitchen and make me a sandwich at work?
Oh, no, you can't do that.
No, that was what was going through my head.
Yeah, yep.
The whole time of this challenge.
Especially because you're their manager. You can't be
Yeah.
like, hey, that just adds another level on top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really set yourself up there. So how did you go?
Okay, so I well, there's one guy at work. I gave it a shot. I asked someone, I guess this is how it went, I guess, if you want to listen to it.
Okay, let's do it.
Hey, Luke.
Yeah.
Any chance today you could make me a sandwich?
What?
Can you make
Is that on your phone?
Can you make me a sandwich today?
You have to agree to it.
You are very dubious.
You know,
Dubious?
on Facebook.
Is that a yes or a
You've
no?
got 10 minutes
That's
to
a no.
type
I'm
something.
sus on you.
I'm sus on you. That's what he said. Okay, and then later on in the day, I tried again, and this is what happened. I just want someone to make me a sandwich today.
Knuckle sandwich? A cheese sandwich.
So sorry.
I've been told about how good your sandwiches are, Luke. That's why I asked. Do you cut the crusts off?
Can we get a piece, Lily?
A piece, Lily. What's that got to do with sandwiches?
Make a
Put it on the sandwich.
What's that? You can't put a piece lily on a sandwich.
Well, then you know what? We're making your sandwich.
Damn it! So that's my situation. I couldn't.
Right.
Oh,
You tried.
I tried. I tried to be as. I tried to be as less sus as I could, but I was
Yeah.
obviously very sus.
And you were like, I just want someone to make me a sandwich.
Yeah, I know. I just want someone to make me a sandwich. I got in my head too much.
Yeah,
I got
okay.
into my head.
Well, in true me... Okay, so did you have success before
So
we move on?
no, how'd you go?
Well, I took a slightly different approach. In true me fashion, I put some preparation into this and some planning about what I was going to do.
Okay.
I went ahead and bought bread on Sunday.
Yeah.
And then I thought, what's going to win this over is really going to be the filling.
Okay.
I ran an idea past you whereby I was trying to have pre-made a toasty and get someone to toast it for me and cut it up. And
that
you
doesn't count.
said no, that didn't count. They actually have to make the sandwich. Well, on Monday, I really only had one attempt. I had one go at this. My friend Sam was at work and I just tried with her a few times throughout the day. So,
Yep.
You ready to listen?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Oh, I was thinking I'll just sit back down and maybe you can get up and make me a sandwich.
I could.
Yeah. Yeah. I've got some bread and some Nutella. I've actually brought enough for 2 sandwiches.
Nutella?
Not a fan of Nutella?
No. Put some peanut butter?
I've got almond butter.
Well, actually it tastes a lot like peanut butter.
It does.
I've cooked a fair bit with it. Do you like it?
Like what?
Almond butter.
No, but it's...
Oh, so I can't offload it.
I'm eating it. I'm eating it at the moment. I don't love it, but I'm eating it. It's on apple slices.
What?
So, yeah, so we got a bit distracted.
Yeah, you started talking about almond butter or
Yeah,
something.
but I had to go with it
Okay.
because that's not... Like, it wasn't really going anywhere. I just kind of walked away. I made it seem like not a big deal.
Yeah.
Throughout the day, that was fairly early on in the day,
Yeah.
around lunchtime. Throughout the day, I asked her from the other... I was sitting on the other side of a big, long desk down the end going, hey, Sam, I'd really love that sandwich for most of the day. I even spoke to another person at work and was
Yeah.
like, hey, do you want a Nutella sandwich? Like, make me one while you're at it. That'd be great. I've got enough. Just, like, head on into the kitchen. Had no luck there until...
I like how you chose chocolate spread.
Right? It's all in the strategy. And meanwhile, I'm doing a 6-week challenge, so this is not ideal for me. Then finally in the afternoon, Sam's wandering around and I said, hey, Sam, I'd still really love that sandwich. She comes over and looks down and says, you don't have anything. I said, no, you'll need to go to the kitchen and get a plate and a knife. Like, you're going to make the sandwich. So as she walks off, I then start recording again. And here we are. That mate, how long has it been since you've had Nutella?
You know in school how you got those little snack pack things? Yeah. That long.
So she's making you a sandwich
So I'm
right
100.
here.
Yes.
I finished school in like, the 70s. I feel that way.
I hadn't had Nutella for years because chatting.
Oh, just chatting away.
My good friend was allergic to nuts, or so we thought.
So how thick do you like yours? Because I'll make yours first.
Did you hear that?
No.
How thick would you like yours? I'll make yours first. Just use the knife. There we go. Yeah. There, look at them muscles. Oh, and it's pretty good.
It's pretty good. I've never had it on bread though.
Oh, okay. Well, you're missing out.
I'm not using my licked finger for you.
Oh, I don't care.
How thick do you like it?
How thick
Little
do you
bit more.
like it?
Like
How
there
you
we
like
go.
it?
Yeah, got it. I told her to put more on. That looks so good. Oh my god, this is the best.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
Wait. I can't believe you made it for me. I only harassed you all day.
Look, I'd do anything for you.
I'd do anything for you. Oh my god.
So
Oh my god.
I got how much do you want on there? I'll make your sandwich first. Here we go.
Man.
Me enjoying my sandwich and confirmation that Sam is a really great friend to have. So I had absolute success. It was a great excuse to eat a Nutella sandwich whilst doing a 6-week challenge.
Yeah.
So nailed it.
Yeah, good job. Could you imagine me saying that? Can you go into the kitchen? No, you're going to make me the sandwich. Go into the kitchen. Could you imagine me saying that? Oh my god, I think I got way too in my own head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now you know how it's done.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
1 point to LyssaLuvCraft.
Winning.
Now you're on 2 points.
I know.
I got to freaking catch up with this.
You got to do better.
Okay, so talking about challenges, what are we talking about for next week?
So it was my turn to come up with a challenge. I hadn't come up with the last couple. I started brainstorming what were some good ideas, but the first 6 things I came up with were actually the opposite of what we want.
So like bad ideas.
They were what you wouldn't want a challenge to be for a podcast.
Okay.
So they're like, think of the worst thing that we could do for a podcast. And they
Okay.
were my ideas.
So what were they?
Well, one was who can sleep the best.
What?
Yeah.
You just
So-
like picturing things you like to do,
Yeah, who can
or things
sleep-
you're good at.
Who can sleep better?
Is
Like
this
that's
off the
gonna
back
be.
is this the back off yoga from last week?
No,
I'm
no.
really good at sleeping.
I just thought of. I was trying to think of something good for the podcast, and I thought, you know, it'd be funny if there was like no audio and there was nothing, and it was just us trying to work out who slept better.
Yeah, right.
One of the others was who cannot speak for the longest. Again, 0 audio.
Oh my god.
Who can walk the quietest?
Oh my god.
and be sneaky?
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, and who can meditate the best? There's 0 way to measure it.
oh my god.
So that was my thoughts around the challenges.
Like
yeah.
I've got some bad ideas as well.
Great.
I write down all the ideas that come into my head. Some of the silly ones I've got in here. How long can you lay in bed for?
So you're just as bad as me.
Yeah. A staring competition.
Yes, this is the level.
And race to the end of the street.
Okay.
Because that one I kind of knew I'd kind of win that one because you got a bad leg. So I was thinking of ways I could win.
So it's very clear we need ideas for challenges as well.
Yes.
Because some of the ones we come up with, we can't use.
Yes, send us, leave us a comment about what stuff we should be doing. Leave us a comment.
So I'm so glad I'm not the only one thinking like this. But I was thinking through, and I went through instead of challenges, because I guess we've got some new listeners, and they were kind of wondering, like, what's the challenge about? What do you mean? And the way that I was able to explain it is kind of working out, like, who has the best skill in this. And so, our most recent one around sandwiches was really around who can influence the best to be able to, get an outcome.
Yeah.
But I thought from a skill point of view, if we looked at that, one of the skills I would like to test that we have is just a real easy, basic human...
I'm worried.
Well, no, I don't think so. I just think we start going through the senses as a starting point.
Okay.
And we start with taste.
Okay.
And we do just a taste test.
Okay.
So I just want to see... You would say you have very good taste, would you not?
I think so.
Yeah, well, let's test it. Let's see.
I'm with you.
Yes.
Different taste. There you
go. But I think we just prepare, and I'll prepare a few different things we can talk about it. But I'm thinking lemonade. Now,
lemonade.
That's not how it's pronounced.
Lemonade.
But you drink more lemonade than I ever do.
Okay,
so
cool.
It's slightly in your favour.
I guess so.
But I thought
what are we doing though with it?
I get a bunch of different lemonades, different brands, different types of lemonades, and put them in front of you, you can know the brands, you can see the bottles, but you won't know which is in which glass. And then we can see who has the better, just the specifics in taste.
Okay, cool. So what we're doing, like 4 different types of lemonade, and you have to guess, and I have to guess, or it's just me?
No, both of us.
Oh, that's perfect. Good.
5-5.
Okay, and the winner of that that's a point.
Correct.
Brilliant. Oh my god. I love this one.
So, skill, who has the better taste?
Who has the better taste for lemonade?
We're not calling it that.
Yes.
It's lemonade.
The lemonade test. Okay, thank you so much for joining us today.
I had a wonderful time.
Episode 3 of the podcast. We are on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all of those other podcast places that you can think of. If it's not there and you want it somewhere else, you just let us know and we'll make sure it's up there. Thank you so much again for everyone for listening.
Thank you to the Patreons.
Yes, a big thank you to the patrons. If you'd like to support further and get early access to the podcast, join our Patreon. It does help us a lot with what we're doing. We actually want to use it to anything we make off the back of it. We want to use to upgrade our microphones, so we have a bit of better quality for you guys. But if you'd like to join it, check it out at patreon.com/PennyPow. So check it out there. You do get a couple of different perks.
The other way that you can get in contact with us before next week is on Instagram and Twitch. So LyssaLuvCraft and PennyPow on both Twitch. Of those.
Yeah, that's where we're at.
That's where we hide out.
I keep going on about leaving comments. That's on our YouTube channel. So if you would like to leave a comment there or follow us on Twitter at ThePennyPow on there. And that's where we do our, if you're voting for anything or getting better ideas, just shoot us a message there. Fantastic time. I had a great time with you today, Liz.
I had a wonderful time.
What a wonderful time.
I'm so glad I won. That was absolutely the highlight of my week.
It was much highlighted. That was the most awkward challenge for me. No.
I'd like to dedicate this episode to Sam.
Good one. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening again, and we'll see you next week for episode 4 and the new challenge.
Sayonara.
Goodbye.